Celebrate, Jesus, celebrate. Do 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 do. Celebrate, Jesus, celebrate. I am celebrating 500 subscribers. What's up, y'all? Hi. Thank you to each and every one of you that has subscribed to my channel. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. I'm celebrating every baby step. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If you like aviation, if you like 4C air type maintenance, get subscribing. We are going to talk about that a lot more, all right, and everything in between, lifestyle, faith, and all. That's what we are up to. Keep on subscribing to my channel. I want us to reach 1,000 subscribers so that I can be able to go live on you guys and you can get to interact with me and I will get to answer your questions live. Thank you very much. Hey, let me send you some lots of love right there. Got lots of love for y'all. All right, so stay tuned. Today I'm going to be talking about aviation. Stay tuned, stay right here. I'm posting a video about Emirates Airways, my experience, assessment day experience, so stay tuned. Let's get right into it. If you have been following me on my TikTok, even on my YouTube, like I have been talking about on aviation opportunities, well, specifically Middle East Airlines aviation opportunities. We've had like 3 of them. Etihad Airways started in the beginning of this year and then followed by Emirates and then followed by Qatar. Okay, so we've last month in February we've had 2 interviews, 2 assessment days by Etihad Airways and Emirates Airways. So I attended the Emirates one. Now I'll talk about it. I'll talk about how it went and then detailed information how it was. So again, as I said, on TikTok I've had crowds. I've had a lot of people commenting and saying stuff. And one lady on Emirates Airlines kind of clip commented somewhere, and she commented with the venue and the date for Emirates Assessment Day. And I want us to be always keen. If you are following me on my TikTok, that's Faith Mukulu04 is my account. Get detailed, get on the comment section and get finding stuff. Like, people get to comment legit things. And this lady happens to work in Emirates, but she's anonymous. Her account is anonymous, but she was trying to help people. So for Emirates, it was invites only. Well, I had applied, but my application was under review. But now after this lady commented, like she commented on Saturday and the interview was on Monday, so it was a last minute thing. And trust me, y'all, like anyone that is so curious to know if I knew the dates, I had no idea. I didn't have any idea. And again, before I proceed, this opportunity, the cabin crew opportunity, is for men and women. Men and women. Like we had, when we were there, we had less men. The number of men was less, so I'll talk about it later though. So now this lady comments, and she comments with the venue, and it seemed legit. It did seem legit. So another one also commented with the same venue. Well, we knew the dates. That was on 27th, like it was posted on the Emirates Career Group thing. Now, this lady, after she comments, now I tried to call a few friends, like people I do not know personally, but we had connections on TikTok here, and then also another few friends that we've been looking for jobs with. So we find out this is a legit thing. I had braids on, trust me, I had braids on. I had to undo them, and I did them until late morning on Sunday, and had my hair straightened because I wanted to attend this. So I undid my hair and I thought of giving it a shot, because what's the worst that I can do is say a no to me, and at least I'll have content to bring to you and let you know what really happens. Like, know what? Well, a disclaimer right here. The things that I'm going to talk about and the things that I talk about are my experiences, are my personal experiences, and also just a little bit that I've researched because I have friends in these airlines. They tell me these things. All of them Middle East Airlines, they tell me these things, and the information that I have and the information that I'm going to tell you is true and it's legit. and it's researched on before it's given to y'all. So moving on. Now this chick had commented, and I said I'll give it a shot so that I'll let you know. If I don't make it, the worst that they can do, the worst that they can say is a no, and that won't kill me. At least I'll have exposure and I'll have details and information to tell you what gets to happen on these events. So on Monday, like I prepared on Sunday, I had my hair straightened, and then I had my suit and everything prepared. Now had a rest, and then the next day, early Monday, that was the 27th, the event day, I woke up I stay in Machakos, and the event was in Nairobi. I woke up like at 4. I woke up at 4:30, sorry. I woke up at 4:30, prepared, and then left for Nairobi. So I reached Nairobi early. I was quite early. So I left at 5, and I reached by 6:30. I was in Nairobi. By 6:30, I was in Nairobi. I took transport to it's public means to from Nairobi to Hurlingham. The event was supposed to be in 4 Points by Sheraton, Hurlingham. Okay, and also I want before I move on, I want to let you know that these events that I've been to or I've heard of, Etihad hold the events in Crown Plaza Hotel. Emirates hold their assessment events at 4 Points by Sheraton, Hurlingham. And for Qatar, it's Hilton, Mombasa Road, Garden Inn, Mombasa Road. Okay, so your job will be to find out the dates for your future assessment. If like for your curiosity, for future recruitments, they normally will be holding them in those places. All right, that's for your information. So I took a Kenya Bus Services bus, and mind you, I did not have an invitation. Now, there was no traffic at that time, actually. There was no traffic. It was like 6:45 or something. There was no traffic. So it took like 15 minutes to get to 4 Points. And then the stage itself, it's 4 Points. So I alighted and then crossed the road and entered. Well, now at the gate, I was expecting the security check to ask me if I have an invitation or something. But I also did not wear official clothes. So I wore my casual clothes, and at the security checkpoint, I asked them, I'm looking to check on your hotel rates. Well, my official clothes were in my bag. So they didn't even bother. They just let me in. And then now this other point, the checkpoint, the one that you are scanned and all, I scanned and then got in. Went to the reception, asked them where are the washrooms. I went straight to the washrooms to get to change and makeup and all, and freshen up and just look good, like get looking interviewish. Now, what else did I do? Now, okay, of course, like at the washroom, you get to meet everyone else that is attending the interview. So I was quite early. I was very early, and then I met a few ladies at the washroom. We made up, we put our makeup on, our clothes on, and I got to meet a lot of people in there. All right, so we are done, and then we are going to the interview venue. Well, not interview venue yet, because we were sent at the rooftop. We were sent at the rooftop first to wait over there. Did I leave any details in between? Hang on, let me see if I left any. No, I haven't left anything. So went up there at the rooftop, waited, and then we were to be called to go to the ballroom, the one that we were supposed to have an interview. So while at the rooftop, like everyone seemed to know me. Every single person seemed to know me. Faye, you are TikTok. And that really felt good. It was humbling. Like it was a good feeling to know that I have had impact and I've empowered, like not really empowered, I have motivated people to try on these opportunities. It really felt good. Like lots of people, most of the people there knew me from TikTok, and I did not know anyone. But you have to act like you know them, of course. You have to be thrilled as much as they look thrilled towards you. It was a good vibe. Trust me, it was a good vibe. Now at the rooftop, this security man is like, I got a list for people that have been invited to this event. So he threatens to try to call, and we were a whole bunch of us that did not have invitation, yo. A whole bunch of us that did not have invitation. So a list, it was not a big list, and he was like, I got a list of 110 people that have been invited to this event, and I'm going to call out your names. If your name is not here, please leave. And then one lady from the blue, she was like, you cannot call all those names. Like, there are a lot of the names are a lot. You cannot really just call them one by one. Just let us be, because all of us have been invited. And then the man was really convinced, and he didn't read the names. But again, I think he just knew. It's just that he was a good man. He wanted to give us a chance. Yeah, it was. I didn't catch his name, but he was a kind-hearted man, and it was a good vibe. So we stayed there for like maybe 30 to an hour. We took pictures and all, and while at the rooftop, I was waiting for two of my friends. So it's 8:30 and they've arrived at the gate, and they were stopped. They were asked for the invitation letters. See guys, if you're planning to crash into these events, you have to be really early. Do not go on the last minute, because you will be bothered. Be an hour prior or 2 hours prior. So after here and there, they were let in, and it's 9 and we've been asked to go to the ballroom. Taken elevators, some took stairs, because it was a whole bunch of us. Went to the ballroom that was in the basement. So I have not mentioned the requirements. The requirements in the invitation letter were your invitation letter, your resume, your COVID certification, COVID vaccine certificate, highest education certificate, and your username and password. There was no photo required, actually. There was no photo, passport or official. There was no photo required to bring with you. So we've gone to the ballroom and we filled the room. I was, I think, the first batch to enter the room. And then this lady, it was one recruiter. They had sent one recruiter because I think she had, the applicants were not so many. Like the invitations, 110 was not so much. But the turnout was big. So it was only one recruiter. Now this lady asks us to log into our accounts. Okay, remember the username and password. We logged in, and she gave us a certain code to update to our accounts, to our profile, like the Emirates kind of profile thing account. We updated the thing, the event, the CEO, the event number, and the city. So it's the city, and then the date, the month, the year. We updated, and then after that, she asks us, if you do not have an invitation, raise your hand or stand up. And Kenyans, of course, a whole bunch of us did not have that, but we delayed to stand up, and she was like, if you do not stand, I'll find you anyway. So we stood up, and she told us, just walk out with me. And well, because now the other thing is, when we updated our profiles, even if we did not have invitations, it meant we have to do the interview, because it was sent to the headquarters. And I think she was given a call that people that the applications that are pending are sending updating that they've been, like, they are on the interview. So she had to do it anyway. So yeah, she had to do the interview to each and every one of us, either invited or not invited. So we went out, and she was like, write your numbers. Like, there is that applicant number that never changes. If you create an account with Emirates Airlines, there's that number that you're given, your identification number. We write all of them, and then she asks us to come back maybe at 12. Yeah, at 12. So we've written down, and then she entered back. Now she's left with the people that were invited, and then I think she asked them to introduce themselves and say something unique about themselves. Okay, so what makes them different? That was the first group that they were, the first group. So while she was out, I think she had left another exercise for them. Now she came out to call out our names. Okay, and while she was calling out our names, first she had dismissed us at 9, and maybe I went to have a drink somewhere, and then by 12 I said at 12 maybe I can come back. But by the time I was coming, she had already called out my name. Like, she checked the numbers on the system and she started calling names and giving people badges. But is it badge? I don't know, that thing, that kind of a number right here. So she called out, and then my name was already called, and then a friend of mine called me and she told me that your name has been called, and I really rushed. I came back to I wasn't far off though. I came back. Now, while she was calling around she had told us that she's done and we should go home. And then next month, in the month of March, they will be recruiting, and they will be having another recruitment. They really need people, and let's all keep on looking on the website. And I think she was trying to get rid of us. I really don't know, but well, after some hassle, I managed. She reread the names, and I was among those names, and it felt good. Well, I had lost hopes, but it felt good. Like, she considered us again. She gave us badges, and then went back in and gave those that were in a break for 20 minutes while we were waiting out there. And then when they went back, I'm not really sure what was the group exercise that she had given them. Well, the first one is just to introduce themselves and then say something unique about themselves. So she was done with them, and it was our turn to go in. It was our turn, and we went inside the room, and we could not drop our CVE. Of course, it's a whole bunch of us, and then she happened to not have enough time, but this time was like a 3, was it? Yeah, it was maybe 2:30 to 3, somewhere there. Now she asked us to sit in groups. We were like 4 groups, and then she gave us first she introduced about the company, because she could not play a video, it will take quite longer. She told us about rules of living into the UAE, do's and don'ts, things of that sort. And then when she was done, because she didn't have enough time, she asked us to discuss something. Okay, 2 things that are a must for cabin crew, for being a cabin crew. And we discussed amongst the groups, and then she also asked us once someone to present it, and then once she's done presenting it, the rest of us can be standing, introducing ourselves. Okay, your name, where you're from, and what do you think it's important in being a cabin crew. Okay, basically like the main important responsibilities for being a crew. Okay, and we did that, all of us, like each and every group did that, introduced ourselves, and all, and then we were done. She asked us to go for a break, for a 10-minute break, and then when we come back, she will have the names of the people that will be staying, like not really the names, the numbers. She will call out the numbers. Well, before that, she had mentioned anyone with a tattoo to see her, so that they can see if it's visible or it's invisible. So she had mentioned about that. So while we were on break, I went and saw her. Yes, and I'll show you. Mine is right here. And I told her I got one right here on my back, and she was like, that's visible. She told me that was visible. That was a visible one, because why? If I didn't have my jacket on, the blouses are transparent. I thought it was invisible, but it was. She told me if I happen to make it to the next stage, she will give me a paper so that I can declare it. I can write where it is, and see if maybe it can be negotiated. After the break, we enter the room and she calls out names. You see, on the first batch, the ones that had invitations, she had called like those numbers, and I think she had eliminated some people, and she had remained with like, let's say 20. We'll give it a 20. And then on our batch, the ones that did not have invitations, she eliminated again, because I think we were more than 200, I would guess. Yeah, we were more than that, but she eliminated and remained with 10 people. So us, like for me and other fellow batchmates, they don't make it, but she had 10 remaining. So she will combine those 10 with the 20 for the second round. So as she told us, we did not make it. I had taken numbers for the people that proceeded to the second stage. So me, I left. After that, I left because it was getting late. I needed to go. Now, the second round, the second group entered, like the 20 plus 10 hours entered the room, and then they were given another incident and another group discussion, which is they were told, they were given a blanket, okay, and they had, is it 5? I think they had 5 or 6, a pregnant woman, a VIP passenger, another complaining passenger, and another lady with a child. And what was the other one? It's something of that sort. Well, and they were given like all passengers, how do I put it? Well, I'll put it like this. Suppose you are in a plane and all passengers are asleep. You only have one blanket and you have like all those people, a pregnant woman, a VIP, a complaining passenger, a woman with a child, and an old woman. Who will you give that blanket to? Yeah, that was the second round. Okay, well, I don't know how it went, but that eliminated another group of people. Okay, that was a second group exercise. Yes, that group exercise is, well, this have been told by the person who made it to that group exercise, and she was eliminated on that one. That group exercise was a pilot comes from the cockpit holding a cake like this, and he gives it to the crew and asks them to distribute to the passengers. Who is supposed to be given that cake and who is supposed to be left out? That was the third exercise. And I think those were the posters. They were posters, pictures that that lady, the recruiter, her name was Miss Weber. Yes, she was giving them those posters and then explaining her on how would you handle that kind of situation. So that is the one that made everyone else get eliminated to 4 people. 4 people were left out of like almost 300 people. So the answer was, crew are not supposed to give out passengers food that is not from the from the hot kitchen, hot cabinets, the one that they draw and the food is put. Like you see, the pilot brought food from cockpit. It wasn't from the kitchen, like the one for the catering the passengers are supposed to be given. Okay, so yeah, that was it. And then they were eliminated. Out of all of us, 304 people made it to now be taking pictures, and that also could be an elimination one, and then they will proceed to medicals. Miss Weber, now the interviewer, told us they really need people, and once you are done, it will take 7 days to get you there, to get you to Dubai. That's how urgent they wanted people. And then again, I had told you, like, earlier they had said that they will be having another assessment day in the month of March, but I doubt that, because I think she was trying to get rid of us. She was already exhausted, and it was a whole bunch of us calling out our names and getting, like, she had to do this interviews, and really she was patient. She had a lot of us that were not invited, and she was so patient with us, so very patient, and she was so sweet. Like, she had this cool, easygoing kind of personality, and she made it like there was no tension. There was no tension at all. So yes, that's about it. That's about the experience, how it was, and I hope I've helped you, and I hope it will be really informing to y'all. It was a good experience. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everything. Please subscribe if you have not. Like and share. Till next time, goodbye. Love you, love you, love you.